Coming up on OU Nightly, 2 students are expelled from OU for their involvement in a racist chant. Even the house mom from Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity raps a racial slur, and OU goes into damage control mode. OU Nightly starts now.
As late as 1 hour ago, student demonstrations continued on the OU campus.
This group of OU athletes marched the university's South Oval in a display of solidarity against bigotry at OU, brought to light in video of OU fraternity members singing a racist chant. Good evening and welcome to OU Nightly. I'm Allison Smith.
And I'm Amy Schneebeck. Day 2 of the racial chant story has many new twists, and OU Nightly has a newscast full of information for you. Lauren King reports on the 2 expelled students, and we'll show you what's happening to the longtime Sigma Alpha Epsilon cook, now unemployed. And we'll talk to crisis communication expert about how OU is handling this scandal. But first, here's Lauren King.
Now that the initial shock of this video has worn off, new debates are sparking today over different legal issues, including free speech and due process. President Boren was clear on his stance regarding the SAE video throughout his different speaking engagements within the past 48 hours, both at the early morning protest.
Real Sooners are not bigots. Real Sooners are not racists.
And at his official news conference.
We're not be happy for Weatherman University as students, and we're no longer our students, you betcha.
The video was hateful, yes, but was it illegal? The university already forced all the men to move out of the house, and this morning President Boren expelled 2 of the chant leaders from the videos. But was that action constitutional? According to law experts, it was.
If someone has knowingly created a hostile environment that engages in racism and exclusion, that can be a grounds for violations of the Code of Student Conduct grounds for expulsion.
So what else will the university do?
We're investigating the individual members as we can determine who they are now. We're making progress in that investigation. And then we're examining our rights under the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to see if we can take other actions, suspensions, expulsions for their students.
He's referring to Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, and national origin in programs and activities receiving federal financial assistance, such as a public university. Now the question to answer is if any further action will be taken. Multiple law experts we talked to said this is not a cut and dry issue. University lawyers have a long road ahead of them. Reporting from the newsroom, Lauren King, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Lauren. A video surfaced late last night showing Sigma Alpha Epsilon's house mom, Butin Gilbo, rapping the N-word. That video jumped from 300 views to 2.5 million by this morning. The original video was a Vine taken over 2 years ago, but resurfaced after someone posted it to Gilbo's GoFundMe account. That account was quickly shut down. Gilbo released a statement to News 9 saying she is friends of all races and does not tolerate discrimination. She went on to explain that she was singing along to a Trinidad song, but understood how the video must appear in the context of recent events.
The members of SAE aren't the only ones affected by shutting down the fraternity house. Their African-American chef is now out of a job. Howard Dixon has served the members of SAE for 14 years. An SAE alum has created a fundraising page hoping to raise $50,000 for Howard, and the page was created Sunday and reached its goal today at 4 o'clock. The alum spoke of Howard on the page, saying he's going to lose his job because of a bus full of racist kids. Because of these kids' actions, many will be affected, none more so than Howard. Another SAE alum has created a fundraising page that the account has raised over $13,000 as well.
The National Panhellenic Council will hold a demonstration tonight at 5:30 at the Houston Huffman Center following a safe break event held by the NPHC. Throughout OU Greek system, many sorority chapter leaders have contacted their members to address the situation with SAE. Some advise their members to not speak to the media, to be cautious on social media, and to alert the leaders if anyone receives a threat.
OU Nightly's Lindsay Gomez joins us now in the News Center with the latest on Republican attempts to warn Iran leaders. Lindsay?
Thanks, Amy. 47 Republicans have written a warning letter to Iran leaders. They said any nuclear deal they signed with President Obama might not last after he leaves office in 2016. Democrats are furious and are accusing the Republicans who signed the letter of treason. And Hillary Clinton, who says if she had to do it all over again, she would have used 2 email systems and not mixed private and state business departments. Answering criticism today, Clinton says she has made all her official business emails available to the public and deleted personal items that she no longer wanted to save. She pointed out that it is standard procedure for government employees to delete personal emails. And a series of vigils and peaceful protests are continuing in Madison, Wisconsin, after an officer killed an unarmed 19-year-old biracial man on Friday night. Protesters want to know why deadly force was used on Tony Robinson, who was unarmed. He was shot by a 12-year Department veteran who fatally shot another suspect 8 years ago. Protests have remained nonviolent over this past 4 days since the shooting. That's what's happening around the world. Now back to you, Amy.
Thank you, Lindsay. Still to come on OU Nightly, we hear from the man who took the SAE video viral.
Plus, this isn't the fraternity's first time on the hot seat. Straight ahead on OU Nightly. The man who made the SAE party bus video viral is speaking out. Dylan Chevrier posted the video to the national website Total Frat Move after they received multiple tips about the video. We talked to Chevrier about his reasoning for posting the video nationally.
Well, I mean, obviously Total Frat Move, it's kind of in our wheelhouse to cover any kind of relevant news story that relates to, Greek culture. And this in particular, something of this nature that's so disgusting, I kind of took pleasure in exposing what was going on.
In the blog posted with the party bus video to TFM, Chevrier called the video a pathetic display of inhumanity. Last night, he also posted the video of the SAE house mom saying racial slurs to TFM, calling this a cultural problem.
The racist chant video became an instant public relations challenge for OU. It has been the nation's top story for much of the past 2 days and has placed the Norman campus under a media microscope. But experts say President Boren's quick, from-the-heart response has been up to the task. OU Nightly's Ryan Drescher reports.
The SAE scandal at OU has caused outrage throughout the campus and the nation, a public relations nightmare to be sure. Owen Kulameka, a PR professor at OU, has been impressed with how the school has handled the situation so far.
As somebody who studies crisis communication, this is one of the most impressive responses to a crisis. When you deal with a crisis, you have to, it's like a disease, you have to prevent it from spreading to other parts of the institution, other parts of the body. And this is what President Boren has done.
U-Hauls and trucks are outside the fraternity house as members must move out by midnight tonight. Cutting ties with the house is just one of many steps OU must take as it continues to address the controversy.
People out there who are very depressed about this, I say, don't be depressed, because
OU's latest step came today with the expulsion of 2 students.
OU's PR problem pales to that of Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Nationally, SAE is no stranger to controversy. The fraternity has been recorded as the most deadly in the country, according to Bloomberg, with 9 deaths since 2006. As well, it has been cited or suspended more than 130 times, according to CNN. OU Student Conduct Office issued SAE a strike last fall that would have affected the fraternity for another year and a half. And a group of senators are making a drive to legalize medical marijuana. And Nola Allinger joins us with the details. Nola?
Yes, thanks, Allison. 3 senators reached across party aisles today to push a bill to remove federal prohibitions on medical marijuana in 23 states. Republican Senator Rand Paul and Democrats Kirsten Gillibrand and Cory Booker all came together for the effort. The 3 senators are hoping to bring the bill to a floor vote this year, but are aware of the strong opposition they will likely face. And college students at the University of Central Florida are making prosthetic limbs with 3D printers. The video shows Alex Pring's successful case, but they continue to work with kids like 12-year-old Wyatt Fallardo. Wyatt had his forearm and hand amputated at a week old. The UCF team, who operates a nonprofit called Limitless Solutions, is the only group in the 3D volunteer network making electronic arms. And Wyatt is excited about being able to now ride a bike, clap with 2 hands, and do a somersault. And they actually, he requested that his arm was blue-skinned because he wanted it to be like the Blue Man Group.
What an incredible story. They can do so much with 3D printers.
I know.
It's crazy.
Incredible. It's so crazy.
Thank you so much, Nola.
Thank you.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, an OU icon disagrees with President Bourne's remarks on students involved with the racist video.
And Andrew Gordon is standing by with weather.
We got our live shot of the South Oval. We could have had a lot of rain today, but it moved out of the area and it's a nice day. I'll let you know how long that will continue. Maine weather, it is next. Welcome back to OU Nightly. We're looking at a beautiful shot of the South Oval. And now 8 hours ago, this would have been foggy and rainy, and it just wasn't a great day out there. And it was in the 40s, but we've warmed up nicely across the whole state right now. And you can look at the state temperatures that we have and see that we are in fact in the 60s in most of the state. Now we do have some 50s down in the southeastern portion of the state, and that is because we have some cloud cover out there, and we actually have some 70s out in the northwestern part of the state too. But if you look at the 24-hour temperature change, you can see that Norman is 14 degrees above where it was this time of the year, so we're actually getting a little bit of a spring preview, and I'll let you know how long that's going to stick around here shortly. Ardmore's only 7 degrees above where it was yesterday, and you saw that it was actually warmer up there, but you know, in the northwestern portion of the state, but it's actually only 3 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday. Now today in Oklahoma City, it hit 64 degrees for high, and the normal is 61, so it's actually above normal after weeks and weeks of below normal temperatures. It is nice to finally start this little warming trend that we're going to have, and the normal low is 39, so we're actually above that as well. Now that record was set back in 1955 with 89 degrees and the low of 9 degrees, so definitely not on either end of the spectrum there, and the only place that's hit 90 the past couple of weeks is in Florida, so not going to have that for a while. Today we haven't had any rain. We had that drizzle this morning, but it was a trace. This month we've had almost 0.8 already, so it's been a pretty on-track month precipitation-wise, and this year we've almost had 3 inches of rain, but we still are a little lower from where we're supposed to be for this time of the year. Now, right now in Norman, it's a couple degrees cooler in Oklahoma City. It's 62. Humidity is at 60%, and that's because we've got some moisture coming up from the Gulf, but we do have the northeast wind of 5 miles an hour because of this upper low that's coming in, and it's really going to dominate our weather for the next few days, bringing in some dry air and killing rain chances, really. By 6 p.m. tonight, it'll be 63. We will have a light northeast wind with us as well. Mostly clear skies out there. By 8 p.m., it's going to be 60 degrees and calm. It's not that often that we have calm winds this time of the year, but pressure is pretty normal and consistent across the whole state. But by 10 p.m. after the sun goes down, it will cool off down to 53 degrees. Looking ahead, your overnight lows for the whole state. Now your normal is 39 degrees, but it will be 43 here in Norman, which is not too bad considering where we have been. It's going to be 42 in Enid, a little cooler out in the Panhandle, and cooler there in the southeastern portion of the state because of those cloud covers. Now your day planning for tomorrow, it's going to be a pretty great day out there. It's going to be a little cool when you wake up. No wind though, so 43 degrees. It's going to be pretty great out there. By noon, it's going to be 62 with a light northeast breeze. And by 4 p.m., look at that. The 70s are back. I've been looking forward to it. That spring preview is in full swing with the light northeast wind. Now your highs for the whole state tomorrow, the average is 61, but Norman's going to be 72. It's going to be even warmer as you go to the northwestern portion of the state. So you really can't complain. This is going to be a great day for you to go out and do anything that you need to do, maybe even tan a little bit, which is kind of crazy to say for the beginning of March. And looking ahead to your 5-day forecast, it's the best one that we've been able to produce in a very long time, months. We haven't been this warm since December. We got clear skies for Wednesday. Thursday is going to be mostly sunny with 68 and 45 for low. We cool down just a bit, pretty much evens out though. It's going to be 67 on Friday, and Saturday starts spring break for us. I know a lot of you aren't going to be here, but it's going to be pretty warm out there at 66 degrees and 67 on Sunday. So not a bad 5-day forecast.
I was going to say, we love seeing all the sunshine up there.
Oh,
when do you make that happen for us?
We're going to have a lot. Oh, I wish I could. We're going to have a lot of it though,
yeah.
So it's pretty awesome.
No, it's good to see that it's warming up. Thanks, Andrew. And Ashley Davis is standing by with sports and the athletes' take on the racist fraternity video.
Thanks, guys. We've got an exclusive video with Frank Booker as he speaks out about his experience with OU fraternities. The OU athletes continue to take a powerful stance on campus with another silent march this afternoon. We've got the inside look. Sports is straight ahead.
Not just me, but the football players and other people that go to these frat houses, and we get called the N-word. I'm not going to say it, but the N-word.
The reaction on OU campus chant from the SAE chant and recent expulsion of 2 fraternity members continues. The OU athletes gathered today in unison, led by head coach Bob Stoops. doing what they can to come together during the difficult time. The athletes walked from Asp Avenue and gathered in front of Dale Hall today at 2:30, joined by many OU students. Today's march was a continuation of yesterday's stance when the OU football team walked arm in arm into the Everest Training Center instead of practicing. OU football is planning to practice tomorrow, but it's still unknown when the players will be ready to open up and speak to the media about the pressing issues on campus. And former football head coach Barry Switzer spoke up about his views on President Bourne's reaction, calling the participating SAE members bigots.
If that happened and occurred, that's no different from what those kids did on that bus. Throw a blanket over these kids here and say that they're bigots, that's unacceptable.
Blakely Durham was out on the South Oval earlier today with the athletes walk and their silent protest. Blakely?
Thanks, Ashley. I'm here at the south end of the South Oval where student athletes have begun to protest again in response to the racist videos of the Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity that surfaced on Sunday night. Our very own Brooke Garner also has an exclusive interview with basketball star Frank Booker discussing the interactions between athletes and fraternities.
We were just going to have fun. You know, it's just to loosen up because we have school going on, we got our sport going on, we got a lot of stress going on, and just to have somewhere to just go and just have fun and to have to go in there and face that with all the stuff that else that were going on and not be able to go nowhere and talk about it is crazy. But yeah, I've experienced it firsthand, and it's crazy, but I didn't let it get to me as much. But now that this came out, that now we can actually talk about it and fix the things that need to be fixed.
The athletes have had a strong reaction in response to the videos, but despite that, the football team will continue to practice tomorrow. Back to you in the studio, Ashley.
Thanks, Blakely. Some football news today. Former Sooner and Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Sam Bradford was traded to the Philadelphia Eagles for Nick Foles and draft picks. Meanwhile, the OU basketball team travels to Kansas City for the Big 12 tournament where they'll face their Bedlam rivals in their opener. The tip-off is 8 p.m. on Thursday.
Oh, it's going to be very different. We beat them 4 times. We swept them last year and we swept them this year. And it's hard beating teams 5 times in a row. You look at it. Teams get angry. They give you their best, all they got, and you just got to be disciplined and sound and get ready to be able to compete.
The Sooners are playing for NCAA seeding. The 7 schools have already clinched a spot in the Big Dance, and some of them don't really look like powerhouse schools, do they? Check out the bottom name, Wofford. Last night, the fans stormed the court when the Terriers defeated Furman in the Southern Conference Tournament, punching their ticket to March Madness. And we've got some actual recent news. The Regents of Oklahoma just approved the stadium, the first step in that, so that's exciting.
Phase 1, so the $160 million budget was approved.
Chunk of money.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll
be ready to see. I'll be excited to see what it all looks like at the end.
Oh, for
come
sure.
back for a game.
Games are going to be great from now on.
I can't even picture what it's going to look like. A bigger stadium.
I don't know how it's
possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks, Ashley. Still to come on OU Nightly, we'll have another look at that 5-day forecast.
Plus, see what had OU students up on their feet for 12 hours. Stay tuned.
I'm Lindsay Gomez at the OU Nightly Update Desk, recapping today's top stories. A Dallas Jesuit preparatory school released a statement regarding a former student involved in the SAE racial slur chant video. The president of the all-male school, Mike Ursing, says he was appalled by the actions in the video. OU's National Panhellenic Council will hold a demonstration in response to the OU SAE fraternity video. The event's goal is to bring OU MPC organizations together to discuss the issues affecting the OU community. The event will take place at 7:30 tonight at the Huffman Center. Be sure to like us and follow OU Nightly on Facebook. That's it for now. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Lindsay. OU students stood for 12 hours Saturday for the university's official philanthropy, Soonerthon. All proceeds from Soonerthon go to the Children's Miracle Network, and over 2,500 students registered for the on-campus event held at the Houston Huffman Center. Last year, the event raised over $318,000, but this year, OU went all out. The final total was over $500,000.
That's awesome.
An
You
exciting,
were there, weren't you?
I was. It was really exciting. That video that we just showed was the final reveal for the total, so it was exciting.
And I feel like every year it just keeps going up, so it's great that they keep that momentum.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know we're all thinking about the sunshine outside, Andrew.
Yeah, those numbers aren't the only thing that's going up. We actually have some temperatures going up as well. We're going to have Temperatures in the 70s tomorrow. Can't really beat that for this time of the year. 10 degrees above where we're supposed to be. Mostly sunny for the rest of the week. And Saturday spring break starts with those temperatures leading into it in the upper 60s. So we just have some great weather to look forward to, and I hope you guys get out and enjoy it.
Well, let's hope so.
Thanks,
Andrew. Thanks for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College on the campus of the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night, live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.